All right, boys, it is time. If you're a sales rep and maybe you're making about 10K per month, maybe less, maybe a little bit more, this video is directly correlated to you. Maybe right now you feel like your body and your energy and maybe your mindset is the biggest bottleneck in your life right now. Maybe you want to focus on a business. Maybe you want to increase those commission sales. Maybe you want to do so much more with your time, but you don't know where to start. I spent the last year building out routine systems, figuring out what works, what doesn't work, to get you guys a specific plan that I can put together that has helped so many of my clients receive the best transformation of their life. From someone that is stuck in a plateau, someone that is stuck exactly where they're at in life and aren't able to increase that commission check, increase the physical body health, increase their mindset overall in life, to someone that's able to break barriers, who's able to consistently get after themselves every single day, who's able to still have fun, but still work that 90% of the time to build the physique, to build the lifestyle, to build everything that they want. This video is directly correlated to you. So in this video, I'm gonna show you guys the exact SHIELD system that I use to help my client Izzy and to help my client Jake reach the goals, to beat out their plateaus and become someone completely different. To make this short and simple, I'm gonna show you guys the whole Miro board of what we have going on today. Stick around, and I promise you, if you can't sit through this video is not for you. It's only for a specific set of group of people that are looking to make a drastic change in life and are fed up with their current excuses and their current BS inside their life. So if you're ready for something interesting, stick around and I got something for you. Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what the 90-10 blueprint is. And as you can see, there's a bunch of information, so stick around, and I guarantee you, even if you don't enjoy a lot of the stuff, you will find value. And if you are able to implement this on your own, then you're gonna be able to change your life completely. Again, this is gonna be my walkthrough of everything that I use to build a 90-10 lifestyle. 90% hard work, 10% having fun. So let's start in, and we'll start with the intro. So again, this is for sales reps that are trapped in the plateau, trying to build a high performance identity and double your daily output in 12 weeks. And through the systems, through the routines, through the strategies that I put together, I guarantee you will. Here we have two clients. We have Izzy on the left and Jake on the right. Izzy went through a 16-week program from me, going from a 210 pounds to 165 pounds lean. Same thing happened to Jake. Only 12 weeks, he was able to go from 225 pounds to 180 pounds lean. And if you guys can see this, just imagine the proudness that I have being able to help these people not only get the physique that they want, get the mindset that they want, but get the lifestyle that they desire. And it only took a few simple changes. Before we go fully into that, I'm gonna break down who I became. So the plateau. Me, originally, I was this person that was trapped in a cycle of high ambition and low output. On paper, I was a closer, but in reality, I was actually just another 130-pound fragile operator who couldn't even close stuff with my own discipline. I was using weed and nicotine as stress management, but they were just taxing all my energy, leaving my mornings foggy, my pitches weak, and leaving my energy crashing every single day. So I had the drive to be a top tier performer. I always knew that I was going to become this person that is capable of more. I always wanted to help people, but I lacked the physical vessel to carry it. I would redline for 2 weeks just like everyone else, hit a wall, and then everything would reset. I was nowhere near an athlete. In reality, I was just a liability to my own potential. And you can see through these screenshots, I mean, I was weak. I was playing video games. I was smoking. I was not even looking healthy in this picture with my ex. I was going out and partying. I wasn't looking the best. I was smoking a weed pen every single day. I didn't know what to do. I mean, you could physically see that I was lacking in many areas, but I didn't know what it stemmed from. So you're like, okay, I see this man. He doesn't look all put together. What ended up happening? Like, is there really a big change? I'm gonna show you how I got to the unreachable phase throughout this entire transformation alongside two of my clients. So by forging the shields, I transformed a 130-pound liability into a 170-pound high performance operator. My physique is no longer just for show. It's a visual signal of unbreakable confidence that changes the energy of every room I enter. I guarantee you, everyone that knows me understands the unbreakable confidence that I have. And this so-called fog, it's been replaced by an automated structure that allows me to execute at a peak level for months, years, and I guarantee you decades. Not just weeks, not just days, but decades. And then another benefit is I also learned to invest over $15,000 in my skills and business. I was so caught up in this loop of thinking, okay, I can do this on my own. Okay, I can do this on my own. But the thing is, I could have, but it would have taken me 5 to 10 extra years instead of learning the systems, the routines, the discipline that I've learned through all the mentors in my life. And so I transitioned from a cycle of burnout to a state of personal sovereignty. And sovereignty is just personal discipline throughout your life, maybe not your business, maybe not your work, but your personal life. And I don't just hope for these good days anymore. I dictate them through a rhythm that makes my success inevitable and my competition irrelevant. So as you can see, let's look through these pictures. I mean, I'm a completely different person. I'm ripped. I'm working on vacations. I'm talking to new people in foreign countries. I fixed my smile. I got the muscle that I needed to. I engaged the fiance of my dreams. I'm working consistently, even if it's not inside work. Maybe it's outside of working on my business. This was a business trip that I took to Miami. This is my daily routines that I'm able to set. I wake up every morning, look at the goal that I set for myself, do a daily schedule on the right that is consistent and builds everything. And again, I'm gonna break this all down for you guys. And then I do my 4-4-4 method and put that in my notes app every single day. So you will guaranteed to be finding value. So I can tell you, I've been on both sides of life, and I can tell you from experience, the version of life where you command your body and your business is infinitely more profitable than any other thing in life. I would choose this level of clarity and power any chance that I get. So let's break it down. So who this for and who this is not for. Specifically, I'm talking to the people that want change and not to the people who don't want change. So if you're an ambitious sales rep who knows the current physical state is the only thing keeping you from your next tax bracket, if you feel like there's a gap between your professional goals and your personal discipline, this is for you. If you're tired of the plateau, the brain fog, the reliance of substances to manage stress, and the feeling that you are a spectator in your own life, this is for you. If you want to reclaim your mornings in your mind from habits that cloud your judgment and steal your competitive edge, guess what? This is for you. If you're looking for a system of personal sovereignty, a way to build an unbreakable routine that doesn't just crumble the moment your workload increases or your stress spikes, this is for you. But let me tell you one thing, who this is not for. It's not for people searching for hacks, shortcuts, or some magic pill. If you're comfortable with the standard sales rep lifestyle, if you enjoy the culture of mediocrity, low energy, and complaining about the market, this is not for you. If you expect a transformation without giving up something, you cannot keep the vices that control your judgment and expect to gain some type of personal sovereignty. You must be willing to burn the old identity to build a new one. Or let's say you view discipline as a chore rather than competitive advantage. I guarantee you this is not for you. It's going to be too difficult, so click off this video. So now that we got that out the way, you know who I am, you know a little bit about my clients. I'm going to break down, first show you the plateau of what everyone went through. I'm going to break down the 3 shields, and then I'm going to show you guys the results of the 3 shields so you guys will get a clear identity shift from this video right now. All right, so the 90-10 blueprint. As you can see, we're going to start with the plateau, and we're going to first start to look at these 2 clients. So we're going to first start with Izzy. She was a high potential amateur. Izzy entered the program at 210 pounds, carrying the physical weight of years of being stuck at a plateau. She was ambitious, but with zero structure, meaning her energy was a roller coaster and her sales performance was purely based on luck and mood. She was a victim of the 2-week curse. She would redline her output, attempt to fix her habits, but end up collapsing back into her old vices and brain fog by day 14. She lacked the shield of rhythm to sustain her growth. And she would always tell me, I knew I had the potential to be a top producer, but I was living in a body that didn't reflect my goals. I was heavy, slow, and tired of being average. And guess what? 16 weeks later, Izzy is a lean, high-performance, 165-pound closer. By implementing the shields, she stopped being an amateur and started operating with the precision of a professional athlete. And then let's move on to Jake. So Jake ends up starting at 225 pounds. He was the definition of burned out. He was closing deals, but at a massive cost to his health. His presence in the room was fading, and his reliance on energy like nicotine and caffeine to survive the day was destroying his confidence. He was operating in a state of biological debt, is what I call it. He had no Sunday reset, which we'll break down in a little bit, meaning that he started every week playing catch up. He was successful in business, but a failure in self-governance. And he would say, I felt like I was closing deals while my health was closing in on me. I was making money, but I had lost what you call personal discipline. And so after 12 weeks of the protocol, Jake dropped to a dominant 180 pounds. He didn't just lose the weight, but he gained a closer physique that commands respect. He no longer hustles. He executes with calm, sovereign authority. And as you can see, a lot of people have been telling me these exact same symptoms. These symptoms of a life that they do not want. These symptoms of an old person that they want to get rid of. And as we can see, I mean, you can pause the screen now, you can read these. I'm not gonna waste too much of your time, but I mean, just look, my overthinking is killing me. I spent an hour prepping a call because I'm not confident enough to think on my feet. I know I'm leaving money on the table because I can't stay sharp. I'm hitting a wall. I'm relying on 4 coffees and my vape just to stay focused on discovery calls. By the time I get home, I feel like such a zombie and the day feels over. These people are not broken, they're just operating without a shield. I hear a helicopter flying by, so if you heard that, my bad. All right, let's dive in to the 3 shields. We got the shield of discipline, we got the shield of muscle, and we got the shield of rhythm. These are the 3 shields that build up everything in life. And as you can see, for each of the shields, we have 4 segments that breaks down what I offer, my curriculum, and how I've been able to change these clients' lives. So stick around because I guarantee you will find value. First, we're going to start with the identity audit. You have to be able to shift your identity. Most sales reps, they react on reaction mode, letting their mood, their last no, or their cravings dictate their effort. Their lack of emotional governance creates a volatile income and a fragile ego. But if you're able to break out of that, and what I call is auditing your identity, you're able to stop being a victim of your environment. You move through the world with a stoic armor that makes you immune to the slumps that destroy your competition. And as you can see in each one of these, I will have some type of visuals, but I usually try to provide a screenshot of exactly what I give my clients to be able to break that old mindset. How you do anything is how you do everything. Pause the video if you want to read that, but let's move on. Secondly, they're given the strategic striking, which is what I call the 4-4-4 method. Sales reps mistake busy for productive. You end up your day exhausted, but realize you didn't actually move the needle on your physique or your biggest commission because you were drowning in low value tasks. You gain aggressive clarity by implementing the 4-4-4. So by 10 a.m., you have already won the day, leaving the afternoon for high level execution and deep focus, closing without the weight of unfinished business. What the 4-4-4 is, every single day, writing down the top 4 goals, 6 to 12 months to figuring out what you desire in life. Then you write down 4 needle movers, 4 things that you're going to do for the day to impact those goals. And then you start the morning with a 4-step morning routine. This is what I call a 4-step flow state. Once you do your flow state, you go right into your needle movers that go towards your goal. And that is the 4-4-4 method. Next, we have forging confidence. This is what I consider my 1 impossible per day. You spent years negotiating with yourself and breaking promises. This is what leads to a confidence deficit that prospects can smell on your breath. If you can't lead yourself, you cannot lead a prospect. So what you have to do is you have to develop unshakable certainty. When you have conquered the impossible in your private life, no prospect's objection or market downturn can rattle your conviction. And what 1 impossible is every single 30 days, you do 1 impossible, whether that's push-ups every morning, whether that's reading 30 minutes, whether that's running a mile each day, some type of impossible to break out of that old identity. And as you can see in the dashboard that I give to my clients, we have that as one of the check marks. Let's move on. The 4th and final mission for the shield of discipline is the command center. This is where everything comes together. So you fail to progress because you have no feedback loop. Without data, you end up just guessing. This is why you hit a plateau every 2 weeks. You have no objective way to see where your discipline is leaking. So what you have to do is achieve operational authority. You're no longer wondering if you are improving, but instead you're looking at the evidence. This data-driven confidence makes your growth linear and your success predictable. So as you can see, 4-step morning routine, 4 needle movers, 4 elite goals. Underneath that, we have daily logs. This is where we kill every single time, every single day. And then we have the dashboard. This is where everything is housed. The missions, the curriculum, the weekly planner on the left, your weekly schedule on the right. This is where you're able to achieve operational authority. So again, combine all these 4 and you have your shield of discipline that we track and measure each week. Onto the shield of muscle. Shield of muscle is built up of 4 things. 1 is understanding how muscles work. And then 2, understanding how food works. Number 3, understanding what your diet should be looking like consistently. And then number 4, understanding how your muscles body recover to produce the most effective version of yourself. So let me break this down for you. Reps train with random intensity. They go to the gym, they move some weights, but then they wonder why they still look like a 130-pound fragile kid or the average office worker. Without understanding the mechanics of growth, you are just spinning your wheels. So you need to stop just working out and start engineering. Gain the certainty that every rep in the gym is a direct deposit into your new dominant physical presence. I break down everything that I've learned about muscle growth and how it affects your body. Number 2 is going to be fuel protocol. You're currently in what I consider the nutritional debt. This is where you rely on caffeine, fast food, and irregular meals that lead to the mid-afternoon sales slump, where your energy craters and your focus vanishes right when you need to be closing. So guess what you have to do? If your energy becomes a flat line of a high output power, you're going to end up with no more crashes, no more brain fog, and then just a steady supply of fuel that's going to keep you sharp from the first dial to the last signature. Then we pair that up once you have the knowledge of food, once you have the knowledge of weight gain, once you have the knowledge of building muscle, we pair that up with the Unreachable diet. So now you can gain total physical autonomy. You know exactly how to dial with your physique up and down at will, giving you the confidence that you are always the most disciplined person in the room. I guarantee you most people fail because they think that they have to eat boring or restrictive forever. Then they try an extreme diet, fail within 10 days, and resort to a plateau. Then guess what? They end up losing every bit of progress they gained. Number 4 is going to be recovery rituals. Most people view sleep and rest as lazy, but your lack of recovery is actually making you chemically fragile. Low quality sleep lowers your testosterone and increases your cortisol, which makes you reactive and anxious on sales call. Next thing you know, when you wake up fully charged, while your competition is dragging themselves to their desk with coffee and nicotine, you are operating with a biological advantage that makes you faster, sharper, and more resilient. So again, I give you muscle techniques, I give you eating techniques, I give you a full strict diet, and it's not even too strict. It's literally just what meals taste good that I like and how they affect your body. And then I break down exactly how you can recover from these. Moving on to the shield number 3. This is going to be the shield of rhythm. This is how I put everything all together so you're able to see an increase in every other aspect of life. So now you have the discipline in life. Now you have the muscle gain in life and the body statue. Now we do everything to increase the amount of output you do in your business, the amount of output you do in your work, and every other areas in life. So we start with the Sunday Warrior Reset. This is a 1 to 3 hour reset every Sunday where you eliminate Monday anxiety. You enter the week with a sense of predatory calmness, knowing exactly where your energy is coming from before the sun comes up. I guarantee you, most reps start their week on Monday morning. They spend the first few hours of the work week being reactive. They clean emails, they figure out who to call, getting into the groove, but by the time they're ready to produce, half their day is gone. Then we move on to number 2, which is one of my most favorite things, which is the athlete calendar. So now you have leaky time. You think you're working 8 hours, but 3 of those hours are spent in the plateau. You might be scrolling, you might be overthinking, you might be switching tasks, and this inefficiency is why you feel you don't have time to build a 10 out of 10 physique. What do you have to do? You have to expand time. By automating your decisions through a calendar, which I'll help you out through it, we free up 10 to 15 hours a week that you didn't know you had, allowing you to dominate your quota and your training simultaneously. Number 3, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do give you guys some type of financial fortitude. When your money is as disciplined as your body, you stop selling from a place of desperation, and this walk-away power, ironically, makes you a much more lethal closer. I guarantee you most high-earning reps are wealth fragile. They make 10 to 20K per month, but spend it on escapism and status symbols to mask their lack of discipline. This keeps them trapped in a cycle of needing the next sale just to survive. We break down exactly how money works and my budget that I give directly to you so you can be using. Number 4, this is my favorite. This is what brings it all together, which is the 90-10 freedom. You fear that discipline means a boring and robotic life. This fear causes you to rebel against your own routines, which leads to a 2-week crash course, where you throw everything away just to feel free for a weekend. This is how we achieve sustainable dominance. You no longer need to quit or restart because the rewards, they're built into the rhythm. You become a person who can go hard for years because you've mastered the art of strategic reset. And as you can see, I still have fun, I still get my shit done, and I still hit my workouts, and I'm still able to enjoy the most powerful life and coach clients on the side. So guess what? Let's go back. Let's think about the unreachable. What happened to those 2 clients? One, Izzy utilized the shield of rhythm. She was able to kill the 2-week curse. By automating her Sunday resets, she reclaimed 12 hours of leaky time per week and reinvested it into her personal growth and her 10 out of 10 physique. Since dropping to a lean 165 pounds, Izzy's cognitive clarity has doubled. She no longer hopes for a good sales day. Instead, she ends up dictating it. And her morning shield of discipline protocol ensures she's at a peak sharpness before her first dial. She says she's no longer the amateur of sales that she used to be. I am now the operator of my discipline in and outside of my work life, and my body is the most valuable sales tool, and my discipline is an unfair advantage. Think about it. This could be you. Let's think of Jake. Jake traded biological debt for the shield of muscle. By mastering the 90-10 protocol, he eliminated the mid-afternoon burnout that used to tank his closing rate. At a disciplined 180 pounds, Jake possesses a physical presence that commands the room. His recovery rituals have optimized his testosterone and focus, allowing him to lead high-ticket discovery calls with unshakable certainty. Again, I stopped being a person who was burned out every day of my life. I finally became unreachable. I have the wealth, the physique, and the peace of mind that comes from total self-governance. The plateau is dead and I am someone new. Let's bring it back. Let's look at these transformations again. Week 1, Izzy. Week 16, Izzy. Week 1, Jake. Week 12, Jake. I mean, this could physically be you if you have the mindset for it. So let's move on to the very final section, which is the results of the shield. As you can see, I have many client testimonials, many people thanking me for the work that I put in, but let's just read a few. Once you show me how my phone is stealing the first hour each day, my mood and environment is everything. You are right, I feel like Superman. Just closed my biggest deal after 26 out of 26 straight 5 a.m. wake-ups. Dude, you are him. Nah, bro, you are him. This was his one impossible per month that he set up for myself. No smoking, no drinking, cardio daily, working on my business. I never thought I would get here. Even my wife is noticing my energy and outlook be different. Thank you, bro. No, bro. Thank you. Last one, which is one of my favorites. Hey, what's up? I'm feeling it, man. I just want to say something. Everybody scrolls every night and watches Change Your Life videos and says, damn, then keep scrolling like nothing happened. Most people want results without commitment. I've been the person before and basically my whole life. When it comes to hard, I end up just falling off. But this time, I'm trying to be the person who actually moves. I don't want to just prove to anyone that it's possible, but I want to prove it to myself. If I wasn't sober that night, I probably would have just scrolled past your video too. But I didn't. I reached out. That's the difference. So I just want to say I'm committed. I'm done being the guy who gets inspired and then disappears. Tell me when and if you need more from me, and I'll execute even when it's uncomfortable. That is the 1%. So if you're getting a gist of everything, to become the 1%, you have to be able to break out of those barriers. Break from someone that you don't want to become, break out of that plateau, and become someone that is unreachable. And guess what? You end up breaking out of that phase. You end up breaking from that spot. What do you do now? So you've seen the results from Jake and Izzy. And if you follow me on IG, and you see all my other clients that have changed their outlook on life. So now you have two choices. You can fail or you can succeed. The fail side, of course you will get some success, but it may not even lead to the golden city. It may just lead you on a path with a few checkpoints, but you don't know where to go. With me, you will have a sustained mission, a sustained road, a sustained method like the 444, the athlete calendar, the 90-10 protocol, everything that I put in here, the 12 modules that I put together. You will get this and you will change your life. So you can continue paying the biological debt of your current lifestyle, or you can trade this in for an unreachable identity that no one can take from you. So you got two options. You can either book a call using the link in the description to find a time that works. Here, we'll discuss how to install the system into your specific sales environment, or DM me on Instagram 9010 to AEG Aesthetics to learn my systems and build the unreachable lifestyle. If it's a fit, guess what? We're gonna map out exactly how we're gonna move forward. But if not, my goal is to still point you towards the resources you need to reach your desires. But here's the thing, if you're not gonna reach your goals, I do not want you to reach out to me. If you don't have the desire to become better, you don't have the desire to break out your old habits, you don't have the desire to break your old vices, do not reach out. This is Jonathan. Find some value in this. I'll see you boys in the call.